Hello there, everybody. I'm Ross Pitt, Shark Cutter. Welcome to the Ross Fanfiction Power Hour.
Again? You're just
Wizzy's
leaving
here.
my name out again?
God damn it. I'm sorry. You're just so forgettable. It's like,
You're going to be doing it solo next week.
No.
Because we're breaking
wanna.
up.
No. Now what am I gonna do?
I don't know, probably party.
Anyways, it's the Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour. For the next 3 episodes, we have something very special. Tell them what it is, Wizzy. I feel like I'm driving this podcast a lot, so I think you need some stuff to do.
So, as some of you might know, June is LGBT Pride Month.
Or just Pride Month for short. But specifically the LGBT yada yada Pride Month.
We're going to be doing some stories in the order of the letters L, G, B, T, A, and P.
We don't have anything for P.
Oh, that's right. No P.
Or I.
But don't blame us for that. You guys are the ones who are supposed to be writing friggin' pansexual fanfiction on FimFiction.
Yeah. I mean, we could do some pansexual or intersex fan fiction, but those stuff get kind of... Ugh.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing any fetish stuff on the podcast, don't worry.
So yeah, since I don't want to do porn, we're just going to do the stuff we can do. Yeah, I'll be honest, the reason this is coming out at the end of the month, or at least this is in the middle, and then the other 2 at the end of the month, is just because I kind of forgot Pride Month existed, or maybe I didn't, and I just completely had the idea later. But who cares? So yeah, like you said, we're going to be doing the LGBT yada yada in order, starting from L, which coincidentally, the name of this fanfiction starts off with "Let Me Complain, Dear" by Oroboro. I love that name.
I just love when snakes eat themselves.
Yeah. Name is going up on the fridge. All right. Are you ready, Wizzy?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Let Me Complain, Dear by Oroboro. Chapter Camping Sucks.
It just had to be camping, didn't it?
Rarity strained with every step the straps of the makeshift sled she was pulling. Did we say that L was for lesbian? Just in case anyone out there didn't know.
What? No, it's for
L
lettuce.
and LGBTQ yada yada is lesbian.
It's
Color
lettuce,
me shocked when I figured
gravy,
that out.
bacon, tomato.
Well, you know what, Wizzy? That would make sense. Then why are we doing this one?
Because it's like outside where lettuce grows, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're going to have to explain it each time, buddy. Each time. Rarity strained with every step the straps of the makeshift sled she was pulling bit deep into her shoulders. Her magic had given out hours ago, and it was just a matter of step by aching, trembling step. Applejack grunted as the sled skipped over a particularly large rock in the trail, and then looked up at Rarity. "Come on now, Rar. It's getting dark out. We should find a place to make camp already."
Do you just pronounce rare as rar?
Yes.
Rar XD.
"We should find a place to make camp already. It's rough going. You're exhausted, and it ain't exactly safe to be wandering around at night." Rarity growled under her breath and whipped her head back to glare daggers at Applejack, even as she continued to push forward.
"No, Jacqueline, we will not be stopping here for the night. It's only a few more hours back to civilization, and your leg is going to get infected if we stay any longer in this disease-ridden mudhole.
Does she seriously call Applejack Jacqueline?
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like it would be a good nickname for her.
I fucking love it. Rarity paused, panting as she reached up to wipe the sweat from her brow.
Are going to make it home safe and sound. Take a nice long bath, curl up in bed together, and sleep for a week.
Rarity, this ain't the time to be stubborn. Seriously, it's not safe.
It's not safe, That's not what you said before. What was it again? Oh, Rarity, this camping spot is wonderful. No, it'll be perfectly safe. You got to pick where we went for our last anniversary, so now it's my turn. I don't know how I feel about the ship of Applejack and Rarity. I always just prefer the canon ship of Rainbow Dash and Applejack.
Well, look, Wizzy. A, not canon for everybody, but B, deal with it. Just deal with it. This is how shipping works, man.
I'm gonna, but not
I'm
my favorite.
I'm not the hugest fan of Rarajack myself, but you know.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that, guys, pick a better ship.
All right, where the heck were we?
We've gotten... What's up with that oof?
I don't know. I loved it, though. Let's have a replay of that, John.
Thank you, John. Could have gone to a nice candlelit restaurant with nice music playing, or even just stayed at home and enjoyed a warm bubble bath with some champagne.
Rarity grimaced, pausing to reach down and adjust one of the straps with her teeth and a mumbled curse.
But no, it had to be the great outdoors, and the stars would be as beautiful as your eyes, Rarity. And the weather is perfect this time of year, Rarity. And it's not that far, just a half-day's walk, honest.
Yeah, Applejack, what the fuck, man? I enjoy a good roughing it a bit. Wizzy, we should go camping at some point.
We should.
Just by ourselves. Have you ever gone camping?
I've gone camping.
I have, but I've gone camping several times, but I've never taken in the camping to-dos, how to do camping. Chase will be so mad at me.
I'm actually planning on going camping later this year with my family.
Hell yeah, dude. I hope you enjoy that if it happens.
I think we were planning on going during a meteor shower, so that'll be fun.
That'll be cool, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats. Applejack felt her ears begin to burn and her blood begin to boil, and she nearly stood up to confront Rarity, but the sharp jab of the splint on her leg reminded her just how bad of an idea that would have been. We've been over this a dozen times, Rar. It was my turn. I'm sorry everything didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. Accidents happen. Rarity rolled her eyes and spat on the ground in a very unladylike fashion.
Unladylike fashion? You mean men's fashion?
That is so not Rarity.
Accidents happen. I could have handled that snake perfectly fine with my magic once I calmed down. But you just had to come swooping in to save me, fall down that hill, and break your leg in the process.
Good job, AJ. Well, excuse me for trying to save the mare I love. I don't care how many legs I break in the process. I'll jump in to save you every apple-blasted time.
Apple-blasted?
Yeah. Well, let me say it in Southern for you so that it makes more sense. Apple blasted. See? It works with the accent, but not with the accent that I'm doing for her currently.
Yeah.
Rarity tripped over a... Did you really just say yeah to that?
What?
I just thought that was just the dumbest argument I've ever had with my... come out of my mouth.
I mean, it makes sense. It does sound better if Applejack is saying it versus, like, you.
Yeah. I guess. Rarity tripped over a root, stumbling to her knees, and laying there, panting. With short, pained gasps, she watched as the last glimmers of light began to fade from the horizon. Rar, are you all... Rarity cut her off with a raised hoof, her horn beginning to glow.
See, it's dark enough now. With a little luck, we might make it yet.
Pulling on the last reserves of her magical energy, Rarity projected a light into the air, firing it high up into the sky, where it exploded into a red firework.
Now we just need one of the weather ponies or someone to see that and come get us.
With a deep breath, Rarity stood back up and took another pained step forward.
Oof, why do you have to be so heavy?
Applejack winced as the sled started up again. Oh, she broke her leg, I just realized. This might be the last few days they spend together.
No.
That's rough.
Gonna have, like, human Applejack come into their world just to kill her.
Pump the shotgun.
Why do I feel like human Applejack actually would have a shotgun?
Oh, she definitely would. Actually, I feel like Big Mac, any incarnation of Big Mac would probably have a shotgun. So it's just one shotgun per household, but, you know, she would still have some access to it, I suppose. Applejack winced as the sled started up again. You know, this ain't exactly a cakewalk for me back here, either. I wish they had a lot more Southernisms.
Yeah.
Like how people usually write Southern people. Southern,
So you
quote
could
unquote.
read it in that
Applejack is more
voice.
Texan than Southern. But, oh well. Might be able to get through this a lot easier if you weren't complaining so much. Rarity stopped dead, going completely silent. Applejack's ears shrank. Applejack's ears shrank back as she felt the unpleasant aura from her mare friend magnify. Look, we are both pretty stressed out here, and... Rarity turned around slowly.
Complaining? You want me to stop complaining? Well, too bad. This is me complaining. I'm hot, I'm tired, every muscle in my body aches, I've got bug bites all over, my hooves are cracked, my mane is ruined, I'm absolutely filthy, and these straps are digging into my shoulders.
I know that, but...
And I'm not going to stop complaining. This is awful. I hate it. I didn't want to be out here in the first place. But you know what?
Rarity leaned in close, her eyes boring deep into Applejack's as she shrank away further.
I love you, you beautiful orange idiot. And I'm going to keep stepping forward, one hoof at a time until it will literally kill me. Because I absolutely will not let you rot away out here. And I'm going to keep complaining while I do it, because every scrap of annoyance I can build up in myself is more energy I can use to take another step and get you closer to a doctor. Aww. That's so cute.
Yeah. Applejack stared, her mouth hanging open as Rarity leaned in and kissed the tip of her nose. Rarity scrunched up her face as she pulled away.
You taste like sweat and dirt.
Applejack laughed weakly. I'm sure you ain't much better, hun.
Voice is so good.
Thank you.
You're probably right about that. Now please let me complain about this in peace so I can focus on getting us home.
Hold on. Sorry, I forgot to do my before podcast stretches.
You'd do that?
No. Although I should.
Wah-wah.
It helps you with your pipes, apparently, or something like that.
Oh.
Rarity turned back and began to pull the sled again, in silence. The sounds of the sled scraping against the ground filled their ears as a chill night wind began to pick up around them. "I love you too," Applejack mumbled. Rarity smiled, a light blush coming to her cheeks, unbidden, just like it had every day. Wizzy, I'm now
What?
thinking about daytime, because we're recording at night, and I wish we could just record at day because of you.
Ross.
What?
Ross. Calm down.
Calm down? I will not calm down.
I have bug bites all over, and this microphone cord is digging into my shoulders.
Thank you. Just like it had every other time Applejack had said it.
Yes, dear, I know. Hey, is anybody down there?
A voice called out from above, and a bright light shone down upon them. Rarity stooped, I know what it says, raising a hoof over her eyes as she squinted up at the sky.
Ah, yes, that would be our rescue. Lucky on our end, then.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a rescue. It was an air raid.
Oh my god. Stay right there. I'll be back with help.
The Pegasus called out before darting back toward civilization. With slow and careful precision, Rarity undid the straps with her teeth, stepping free from the harness and shaking out her shoulders.
Goodness, that feels lovely. I'm going to leave everything else in your capable hands, sweetheart. I'll see you when I wake up.
Huh? I'm not sure what your... Rarity! Rarity fell sideways, the exhaustion taking its toll as she collapsed into unconsciousness. On the ground? Ooh, no. They might both see their end times coming soon. Applejack lunged forward, hopping on 3 legs even as her broken one screamed at her in pain. Yeah, go Applejack! I freaking love fanfiction Applejack. Not too big on Applejack in the show, but fanfiction Applejack is like peak Applejack, man. Rarity, come on, girl. I knew you were pushing yourself too hard. Applejack knelt by her side, and her fear caught in her throat when she saw the peaceful smile on Rarity's face, the unicorn's chest rising in slow, steady breaths. The tension drained out of her, and she wobbled, collapsing to the ground to lay her head down on Rarity's side. Ain't exactly a bed, but hun, ain't no place else I'd rather be. I love you. At least I got a bit of that.
Aww.
That's cute. Rarity's cheeks colored and her lips curled up in a slight smile. The end. And that was the episode, everybody. Good night.
Wow, and it's only going to be 20 minutes long.
Yep, I decided, fuck it.
You decided, sorry, gay people, we don't get to do the next fic.
Yeah, I mean, why would we? Honestly.
Well, Ross, because the G stands for gay. And you know
I thought it
what's pretty
stood for
gay?
gravy.
The next fic is titled Straight Colts Don't Kiss by Ellen.
Oh, speaking of gravy, how does gravy relate to this, huh?
I'm glad you asked, because they are going to be making a lot of money in this fic. Money is known as gravy.
We'll see about that.
Chapter 1. To Respect.
Girls, girls, girls.
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 Button Mash raised an eyebrow, but decided to just play along. He sat at his usual spot on the schoolyard bench for recess, watching all the other foals prance about. Beside him sat his sort of friend, Rumble. They were never too close, but never too far. Only acquaintances. After stretching out his forelegs for a moment, he followed Rumble's gaze toward a group of fillies at another table. Nudging his shoulder, Buttons said,
Looking to go crusading?
Rumble straightened up as if jolted. What? No.
Really? You seem really caught up in your staring.
Was not.
Ha! You totally were.
Rumble let out a humph. Whatever, he said while he crossed his forelimbs. Button only smirked. The two remained quiet for a minute, returning to their pony watching. Despite the teasing, Rumble's eyes locked right back into the trio of fillies. Without much else to do, Button joined him.
So?
What? He said, narrowing his eyes.
Which one you staring at?
Rumble glared at him before bringing up his hoof and swatting Button's shoulder. I said I wasn't.
Ow. You hit hard.
He said, rubbing his sore spot, sending the Pegasus another look. He asked,
Really? No staring at all?
Fine, he sighed. I guess one of them looks pretty.
You sure have a way with words.
He shot back, trying and failing to hold back a few laughs. Oh, whatever. He spat. It's not like you're any better. Button's grin drooped in an instant. His eyes darted around the schoolyard for a few seconds before turning back toward Rumble.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
With a smirk, he said, Everyone knows you have a crush on Sweetie Belle.
Crush on?
He blinked.
I do not. I just think she looks nice. Is all.
He didn't say is all. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I just thought it would be an excellent contribution to the sentence is all.
Is all. He said it again.
That was
Ross's famous catchphrase.
Well, guilty as charged.
Rumble rolled his eyes. That's what a crush is. Now it was Button's turn to humph. He remained silent for a few moments, shifting back toward the trio of fillies.
You know, you didn't answer my question.
Huh? He nodded.
Which one are you staring at?
Oh. The young Pegasus pulled his eyes away before answering. The orange-coated one's kind of nice looking. Scootaloo.
Oh my. Scootaloo?
Button cocked his head.
I don't know about that.
Huh? Why? Don't you think she looks good?
I can't weigh on this for legal reasons. But if I had to choose...
No!
I would stare at Shirley, the school teacher. Boom. Ha. Ha, I fooled you all.
Oh, nice.
Made you all...
You got us.
Still a horse, isn't she? Fuck.
Do they have human versions of the Cutie Mark Crusaders and Equestria Girls?
See. They do.
I can't see. You know I can't see.
You'll be able to see when I send you a picture later.
I can't look.
Okay.
My eyes have been cursed by a goblin.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting story that we can't get into because we don't have enough time. Sorry, guys.
Well, we'll see about next time.
Huh? Why? Don't think she looks good?
Not that, but get this.
Gesturing for Rumble to lean in, he held his hoof by his mouth as he whispered,
I heard rumors that she's not into cults.
What? He replied, face morphing into confusion.
Uh-huh. Really? They say she always follows around that one racing mare. I think her name was Rainbow Crash. Some of the colts think she has a crush.
A crush on Crash?
Yeah, like a... I fucking hate this word. And if Rainbow Dash reciprocates. She really will be this weird, huh? Like a Philly fooler.
Now Ross knows how I feel when he forces me to swear.
I've never forced you to swear. I've mocked you for not swearing, even though secretly I envy you.
Rumble gasped, jerking his head back as if struck. Did you just say that? Isn't that a bad word?
Is it? I did used to think that lesbian was a bad word. Like gay and lesbian. It's like,
oh yeah,
because you shouldn't call people that because, and it was used as a playground insult and stuff like that. Anyways, what were you going to say?
I was going to call you a lesbian, but
ouch.
I was going to say, I love how your voice is like totally fitting the type of character that he is, and I don't know if you were doing that intentionally.
The interesting thing about Button Mash is that I specifically chose this Data-esque character because it's the exact opposite of Button Mash.
Oh, it just seems like he's totally sort of confused here. And it seems like you're doing a type of like robotic voice.
Well, I certainly am.
Button shrugged, biting his lip. For the second time, he found himself glancing around, hoping no one was listening in.
My mom uses it when she talks about girls like that.
Oh, Button's mom does not have it going on.
I
don't know. He shook his head. Anyway, back on topic. You really think that she's into other fillies?
No idea.
Rumble deadpanned. Well, that doesn't help me at all. With a groan, he propped up his chin onto his hoof. Ugh, I hope not. I don't get how that even happens.
Even happens?
He repeated as he cocked his head.
What do you mean by that?
The Pegasus glanced away in thought for a few seconds. I don't get how a filly can find another filly attractive. Same with colts and colts. Like, I don't get how they see the fillies being attractive even when I do, whatever. Button nodded as he got the message, but it only made him more curious.
You've never found a colt attractive?
No, why would I? His own realization cut him off, eyes wide, leaning back and mouth hanging open. Rumble could only sputter a few moments. Ew, dude! You had a crush on a colt? Are you some kind of homosexual?
Whoa, Wizzy, stop with the swearing, bro. Calm down.
A sound akin to a mix of a squeak and a choke crawled out of his throat. Yeah.
Let me see if I can do that with this voice. What? No.
He backpedaled, waving his hoofs out in front of him.
Never.
Then why'd you ask that? Never found a colt attractive? Button gulped. He fumbled on his own words before taking in a breath, then letting out a sigh.
I never had a crush on a colt, but I can respect them.
Rumble's brow furrowed. Respect them?
Like, I respect them for their looks. I can sort of admire them if they look good, but I don't have a crush, right? I gotta say, hi, Asexual here. Hi, hello. Yeah, I think many men look fine. I think many women look fine.
Oh, I think many men look fine.
Oh, you gay person.
Well, that's pretty gay.
Anyways, what I'm saying is that you can think that they look fine without wanting to, be it without having a crush over them. That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know. I guess having a crush makes sense here, but the ponies that it's talking about probably aren't even like old enough to find anyone sexually attractive, right?
Nah, probably not. At least I hope not.
Yeah.
Anyways. Oh, whatever.
He said, turning his back on Rumble.
Wait, they say gay but not colt cuddler?
Apparently, I'm guessing that Colt Cuddler and Philly Fooler are used as like slurs in this fic.
I dig that.
I know that they did that
being
with
slurs.
another fic. That was You Two Are What?
Oh,
that they
where
did that
was
with.
that? Really? Huh.
Yeah, they're like, the town was shunning us, calling us Colt Cuddlers.
Oh, you're right. That did happen. And then we had the whole conversation.
Yeah.
That was fun. I still don't believe that you've never done that.
Button curled his lip a frown. Born from both annoyance and indignation, Rumble hadn't even bothered to answer it yet.
It's not gay.
He muttered.
What's wrong with that?
Well. Glancing over his shoulder, Button's brow furrowed at the sight of the Pegasus. He sat there, biting his lip and trying not to look like the awkward colt he was.
Say something?
Rumble's attention snapped to him as if just noticing that another foal was there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Button said, pushing him on. He opened his mouth to speak, but just clamped shut. Under his breath, he murmured something. Button shook his head.
What was that? What was that?
I said
Still can't hear you.
may.
Talk louder, will you?
I might have, all right? Rumble shouted before promptly throwing his hooves over his mouth, glancing left to right for anyone that might be listening. Button unconsciously drew back in the face of the outburst, but he regained his senses in a moment.
What?
I respected other colts before, he said as he spoke. He turned his head down and his voice withdrawn. But that's only it, really. I've never had a crush on another colt. Sure, there was some that I knew were handsome, but... His eyes widened. Oh, Celestia, did I just call another colt handsome?
Yep.
He groaned. I don't mean it like that. Button pursed his lips as he thought for a few moments.
You know, there's nothing wrong with thinking like that. I've heard some stallions call it, just curious? I think they were talking about girls, but Rumble?
He responded with yet another groan. But I'm not curious. I don't want to be curious.
Someone's sounding pretty curious.
Scooting closer to give his acquaintance a nudge, Button said,
You aren't? Or do you just not want to be?
I don't know.
This is
He
peer
looked
pressure.
up again, peering into Button's eyes, watching for he didn't know what. Are you? Surprise flashed across the Earth Pony's face.
Me?
Yeah, are you curious at all?
I kinda maybe.
Rumble didn't say a word, his only reply being to keep up his stare. For one moment, he glanced around the schoolyard, watching the other foals, but returned to Button just as quick.
Rumble?
He started.
What are you...
Button nearly jumped out of his skin as the Pegasus pushed his head against his own, bringing their lips together in sudden embrace. Oh, but stray colts don't do that.
Yeah.
The
What's
Earth Pony. The Earth Pony let out a high squeak, only to be cut off as he felt his own tongue connect with another. You don't need to be going into this much detail when it's about foals.
God, please. Thank you, Wizzy.
The only thing that stood out to him more than the kissing was the rosy blush burning on his cheeks. Then, as quick as it started, it ended. Rumble pulled away with a sharp gasp for air. Now separated, Button could make out the similar red hue on the Pegasus's own cheeks. The two remained wordless for a few seconds, neither making eye contact, until Button cleared his throat.
Huh.
Was all he managed out. Rumble sighed. Just curious.
Huh?
That's the perfect huh.
Thank you, Wizzy. Wizzy, you're so nice to me today.
That's because it's so easy.
Just a friendly reminder, I will skin you and wear it.
Aww. See, guys, that's how much he cares about me. He's gonna wear me. With a mix of guilt and something in his eyes, Rumble opened his mouth to speak. The sound of the school bell rang through the air, signaling for the students to return to class. As the swarm of students gradually picked up their pace on the way back inside, the two courts remained on their bench, unmoved. After the last student passed them by, Rumble turned back to Button. I guess we should get back to class. He nodded after a long second.
Right.
The two slid off the bench, about to catch up to the rest of the class, but Button held onto Rumble's shoulder to hold him back.
Wait.
Huh? What is it? We're gonna be late.
Funny thing about what just happened. That was my first kiss.
Rumble blinked. Okay. Congrats. The Earth Pony almost smirked, but he held his seriousness.
You're not, a bad kisser.
Oh, thanks, I think. Rumble bit his lip. For your first time, you weren't that bad.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Wait, when has Rumble kissed anyone?
He totally kissed this girl. You just don't know her. She goes to a different school.
Okay. I guess we should get back to class now.
Yeah, let's go?
Sure.
The two set off for the schoolhouse, hurrying to avoid being late. As they reached the door, Rumble stood in front as he turned toward Button. You know.
Know what?
Straight colts don't kiss. Button cocked his head.
Yeah, I know. We're straight, right?
Right, he said, trailing off. We're just curious.
Yeah.
He agreed with a nod. Rumble moved to open the door, but a final thought held him back. Hey, Button? Button glanced back to him, locking eye and eye.
What is it?
Wanna hang out sometime? That'd be more than we already do.
Huh? Sure. Now, can you open the door so we aren't late?
Sure thing, Button. Sure thing.
The end of that one.
Oh, I love that.
That was a good one. I'm not a big child romance fan, but I thought it was nice.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, brother. No, it was certainly cute. Also, Rumble. Don't just go kissing random people on the mouths, would you?
He's just curious. It's
Okay,
not a gay thing, Ross.
Wizzy, if I came over there and smacked you straight on the lips, with my own lips, not with my hand or anything, what would you say about it?
I'd say, ew, get all your lips off of me. And then you'd be like, I'm just curious. And I'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
All right, well, at least you're consistent.
And be like, I'm not gay.
No homo, but smooch.
Now we get to go to the next one.
Oh, baby. This next one I'm very excited for. Can anyone guess why I'm very excited for this next one? I'll give you a hint. It's an Equestria Girls one. Okay, I'll give you another hint. It stars two of my favorite Equestria Girls characters. This one is titled Sunset at Midnight by Vital Spark. Chapter 1, the only chapter. Or I suppose chapter, the only chapter.
No, you're supposed to say chapter 1 and join me.
No, I can't. Wizzy, I just can't. Sunset Shimmer looked at the note again, though she could barely read it.
Midnight, CHS football field, be there alone.
No clue who'd sent it. No idea why. Total mystery why'd she'd even shown up. But she was the curious type.
Bye, curious.
Oh, smack. Oh, I completely forgot. B for, what was it?
Bacon.
Bacon. Lettuce, gravy, bacon, whatever. Wizzy, how does
It's
this
like her
tie
hair,
into
like,
bake?
look-
Fuck a duck. That was the easiest thing. God damn it. Also, we couldn't
What?
really find a bisexual story that we were able to read, like, in full.
One that focused on being bi.
So we just took a lesbian character, a lesbian story, and since it has Sunset Shimmer, who is canonically bisexual, we just slapped on the bisexual logo.
Bi people don't hate us.
If you do, though, come on, darlings. All right. So with that all out of the way, why didn't you guys go to the descriptions and read these stories? We should have said that.
Yeah, we should have. At least
Dang
we
it.
did it before really starting this one.
Yeah. Go thumbs them up. We stole their views. Go thumbs them up. No clue who'd sent it. No idea why. Total mystery why she'd even shown up. But she was the curious type. By curious, blah, 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 blah. It was dark. It was midnight, so of course it was dark. But it was darker than that. There was no moon. And the stars were covered in a blanket of clouds. Sunset shivered and pulled her phone out of her pocket. The beam of light from the screen almost painful to her eyes, which had adjusted to the almost pitch black of night. The clock on her screen told her it was nearly 5 minutes past. She used the light from her phone to look at the back of the paper, a complete blank, just like the conclusions she'd drawn when trying to analyze the note all afternoon. She sighed and pushed it roughly back into her hoodie pocket before beginning to pace impatiently back and forth across the grass. She heard a distant sound, a cross between a moan and a squeak. Someone else was here. She peered in the direction of the noise, but saw nothing. Maybe it had been her imagination. Overhead, a plane went past, the distant sound of its jet engines, the only thing she could hear apart from the constant background noise of the cars in the main road in front of the school. This is reminding me of the new movie Freaky. Just the whole school thing, eerie atmosphere.
I've
Late at
never
night.
seen Freaky.
It's a good movie. I would recommend it. Have you seen Happy Death Day?
No, the name of that just turned me off.
Please watch Happy Death Day. It's so good.
Is it a
And its
comedy?
sequel. Both are great. Yeah, they're comedies.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
an interesting spin on the horror genre.
I thought it was supposed to be more like The Purge when I heard of Happy
No.
Death Day, and I was like, that's just a bad name. But I mean, if it's a
No.
comedy, then that makes more sense.
But hey, at least The Purge 2 was pretty good. Okay, so don't you be knocking The Purge.
Oh, I
as
wasn't
a
knocking
whole.
The Purge. I was just saying I thought the movie was
sounded
supposed to be more of that type, where it's
No,
more serious.
definitely not. Although it does have its serious moments, it's not. Apart from the constant background noise of the cars in the main road in front of the school, but she'd more or less learnt to ignore that. She looked up and watched the flashing red lights on the wings. Then it happened. The sound of a breath behind her. Her world went black. A pair of hands covered her eyes. Lips against her ears. Guess who? I can't do that for Lemon Zest. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to keep that one up, otherwise you'll anger the gods.
Wizzy, we've thrown away the gods thing. I've switched voices like 1,000,000 times, dude.
What? We never threw away. When did that happen?
I don't know. We just haven't referenced them in like 50 years.
That's because we have a mutual understanding, I thought. Huh.
I can't keep it up, dude. That was
Fine.
just a voice that she was
Go
putting on.
ahead.
Okay. An unfamiliar voice.
I don't know.
Sunset stammered. Oh, come on. It's easy. I wrote you a note.
I'm sorry, but the sunset shivered and sunset stammered. It all just sounds like it's saying sunset shimmer. I can't not hear it.
Let's just say sunset shimmer 5 times fast. Sunset shimmer, sunshit, shit, fuck, shit. That's a ultra fast pony joke. I can't take credit for that.
Aw.
Anyways, oh come on. It's easy. I wrote you a note.
But the note was unsigned.
It was? The hands released Sunset, and she spin around. Lame. That was a lame typo. Boo. And she spin around to see her attacker. Though still dark, she immediately recognized the girl. I'm such an idiot.
It was Man Cardor Hookhand.
I'm such an idiot, Lemon Zest said, rolling her eyes. If I didn't sign the note, how did you know it would be me? Ugh. The events of the friendship games flashed through Sunset's mind. Lemon Zest had seemed the friendliest of the Crystal Prep team. She is. Because Lemon Zest is awesome and understands how to have a good time.
Okay, but this next part might make you feel a little bit less agreeing.
Perhaps. We'll see. Lemon Zest had seemed the friendliest of the Crystal Prep team, but that wasn't much of an achievement. Good skater, though. She kind of saved Rarity's life, so she couldn't be all bad.
I didn't know,
Sunset said. Well, it was kind of dumb of you to turn up then. I could have been anyone.
I'm aware of that.
Well, Lemon said, this is kind of awkward now. I figured you'd show up. I figured if you'd showed up, it must mean you liked me back. Sunset raised her eyebrows.
Liked you back?
Lemon nodded.
You mean like you?
Sunset asked. What? See? See what I meant about awkward? Sunset nodded.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Lemon sighed sadly. If you don't, then we could just both go home or something.
No, I never said that.
Sunset said, putting her hands on Lemon's shoulders to comfort her. So no, I guess you never said that either? Lemon said with a neutral expression. See, neutral. Total bi thing to do. Definitely a bisexual story.
I definitely feel like they're playing Sunset as bi in this, though.
Yeah. We'll see about that, though. Lemon Zest did look very beautiful, though. Standing there under the light of the stars. Maybe I could like her, Sunset thought to herself. She shook her head. This was crazy. She barely even knew her. Like her? I barely even know her. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Sunset finally opened her mouth to speak.
Do you think we could go somewhere a little less dark? We were lucky to find somewhere still open.
Sunset said, sitting down at the table, pushing aside the previous occupant's dirty crockery. This diner is open all night, Lemon explained. I've been here before after astronomy club.
You go to an astronomy club? Not astrology? Actual astronomy? Astrology? Come on, that's something that magic ponies talk about.
Yeah, lame. Go to it. I run it. Canterlot Junior Astronomers. You know what I love about Crystal Prep? They're all like smart nerds and shit, but they all have like different personalities. That's great. That's the great thing about Crystal Prep.
Wait, they're nerds? I thought they were mean girls.
No, well, they are. But they're, like, super smart and shit.
They're
high in
multiple
academics.
tropes?
Yep.
Whoa.
And same with Sunset here. She's pretty smart, but, not Twilight level smart. But Twilight classic nerd, right? You can't miss her. But Lemon Zest over here, she's got to have some high fucking grades if she's staying in Crystal Prep, and she's a fucking rocker girl who doesn't seem to listen to anything. So that's impressive. Go her. Go to it. I run it. Canterlot Junior Astronomers.
Seriously?
Sunset asked.
I've heard of that. I was thinking about joining.
You should. It's really quiet lately. It's been really quiet lately.
Well, maybe now I will.
Sunset smiled and took a sip of her coffee before grimacing. It was a bit stronger than she was used to. Lemon Zest smiled and took a gulp of her lemon and ginger tea. How clever.
Lemon Zest likes lemon ginger tea. I like lemon ginger tea. We should date.
That's a very low bar for dating someone.
Okay, well, you just hyped her up so much that I was like, okay, this is the final nail in the coffin. I'm going to date a cartoon horse.
She's not a horse.
Okay, well, if you go through the portal, then she will be.
I guess. But also, if you go through the portal, you will be. So, would it really matter to call her a horse at that point?
Me as a horse would look bad.
You as a human looks bad. I'm just kidding,
Okay,
Wizzy. You're beautiful.
Goodbye, everybody. That's
No, Wizzy, you didn't hear. I said I was joking. You actually are very handsome.
Well, thank you. You're very handsome, too.
But, I'm not, into you or anything.
Yeah, straight colts don't kiss.
Yeah, no. Pfft, what? Pfft.
But ace colts.
Sorry. They're even less likely to kiss. Okay. She'd expected this to be a little awkward after her confession earlier, and given that the pair barely knew each other, but Sunset was really easy to get along with. I agree.
So you got any other hobbies?
Sunset asked her. Not really. Well... Lemon motioned toward the pair of headphones hanging loosely around her neck. Apart from music, of course. Sunset took another drink of coffee.
What do you play?
Lemon shook her head. Oh, no. I've tried, but I've never really been able to pick up an instrument. I mostly just listen and sing along.
Man, instruments must be really heavy in their world.
Yeah, they are. Sunset can only pick up her guitar because of the pony side of her.
And her rippling biceps.
Well, of course. She thought for a moment and then chuckled. Though, I do play a wicked air guitar.
I sing.
Sunset said proudly.
I also play guitar.
Yeah, you're really good. Lemon gushed. Sunset looked at her and raised an eyebrow. Lemon cringed. Yeah, I kinda went to see a Rainbooms gig a couple of weeks after the Friendship Games. I wanted to say hello to you after the show, but I just hung out at the back of the theater.
You should have said hello. I would have liked that.
I was a little nervous, I guess. Lemon blushed, but tried to hide it by raising her cup for another sip of tea. I really liked the show, though.
You could come watch us practice sometime.
Lemon spat out her tea. Really? I appreciate it when Wizzy laughs. It gives me hope. Unfortunately, that hope will always be squandered.
No.
Anyways, Sunset nodded and helped Lemon wipe the table with paper napkins. Lemon's smile faded slightly. Oh, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable hanging around CHS, though. Even now, Cinch has left Crystal Prep, There's still a bit of rivalry,
Oh, come on.
Sunset insisted.
It's not like you'd be beaten to death for wearing a crystal prep uniform.
I would beat her to death, but just so that I could get it. I'm kidding. I could never beat Lemon Zest to death.
Yeah, she's
Any
too
other
strong.
of the students, though, I would happily beat to death for that to get those uniforms.
Even Sunset.
Sunset doesn't go to Crystal Prep.
But if she had the uniform.
Then I guess no, but I was only talking about the students at Crystal Prep because they're the ones that wear the uniform.
Even Principal Cinch.
I'll just beat her to death. She chuckled and then grew serious.
Oh. The beatings are really quite mild these days.
Wizzy, that wasn't serious at all. I want you serious, man. Get serious. Come on, read it again.
Okay. The beatings are really quite mild these days.
There you go. That's it. Lemon's eyes shot open.
I'm not messing with you.
Sunset laughed.
I'm just messing with you.
Sunset laughed.
Haha.
Lemon rolled her eyes and groaned. I don't know what I even saw in you. Sunset managed to restrain her laughing.
I don't know either.
Lemon smiled. Well, actually I do. Sunset finished off her coffee and raised an eyebrow.
So you lied?
Yeah. Lemon blushed, furious. The so you lied thing didn't happen, guys. Wizzy's the one who lied.
It's so true.
Lemon blushed furiously. Never mind.
I may press you on that sometime.
Lemon tried to deflect the situation with humor. You can press me on anything, anytime.
Oh, really?
Sunset said, smirking. Ew. Just had a terrible thought about pressing and things.
About Sunset and Lemon Zest.
Yeah.
Doing things to each other.
Terrible things. Horrible things. The green-haired girl finished her tea and yawned. Not tonight, though, sweetie. Ew, I just called Wizzy sweetie.
You call me that all the time.
Oh, shut up, darling. She answered. It's getting pretty late. Sunset half thought about inviting Lemon back to hers for the night, but she was worried she'd take it the wrong way.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Lemon stood up, taking a pair of skates from her backpack. I ought to get home, I guess. Sunset stood beside her.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Lemon's eyes widened. Of course, a goodnight kiss.
Ooh!
God. Lemon, what are you doing? She leaned in toward Sunset, licking her lips subtly to moisten them. Sunset took a deep breath and closed her eyes as Lemon drew nearer. Guys, come on, the first date. Yuck. Moments
What's
later.
the problem?
The first
Just
date.
Not even a kiss?
The only date I've ever I ever went on, I got a high five at the end, dude.
Whoa.
Which
That's
I mean,
more than I've
hell
ever
yeah,
gotten.
But, you know. Moments later, she felt Lemon's soft lips on hers. She put one hand gently on Lemon's hips and the other on her shoulder. I can see where this is going.
Wow.
God, no, don't do that ever again. Ah. Shifting slightly to be closer to the girl. She tilted her head slightly to the side. I can see why this has the rated T rating. Ugh.
This really isn't that explicit. Come on, we've read more explicit
It's
stuff than this.
so gross. She tilted her head slightly to the side so that her nose didn't rub against Lemon's, and ran her tongue along Lemon's lips, seeking permission to enter.
Okay, that one was a little bit.
Yeah, I read a bit forward. Lemon parted her lips, letting her own tongue out to explore Sunset's mouth. The two tongues circled as the girls explored each other's lips, tongues, and teeth. I mean, I'd be down to try it at some point, but it just sounds gross to me.
Sunset's mouth puckered. It was too sour.
The two tongues circled as the girls explored each other's lips, tongues, and teeth. She rested a hand on the side of Sunset's face, stroking her long red and yellow hair and caressing her soft cheek for a few moments. At last, Sunset pulled away, opening her eyes, and taking a deep, slow breath, she gulped.
Oh my!
The kiss had been perfect. Lemon smiled at her and started putting on her skates. Sunset smiled back.
Actually, that wasn't what I meant, though. When I said you were forgetting something, I meant, shouldn't we swap numbers? Not
Lemon.
spit.
Oh, Lemon. Lemon, you mistook what she meant. That ended up well for you, but who knows about the next person?
They might just beat you to death.
Yeah, I know Wizzy would.
I would never.
You would, absolutely.
The beatings I give are very mild nowadays.
Lemon looked a little embarrassed. Oh, of course. Sunset got her phone out of her pocket, ready to type in Lemon's mobile number.
As much as I enjoyed tonight, I don't think we should continue to communicate primarily through the medium of passing mysterious notes to each other.
Nonsense.
I mean, that's hardly an efficient way to arrange a date.
That sounds awesome. Sounds like the best way to arrange a date, dude.
Maybe a first date. I don't think that would be a very good way to communicate to your lover, you know.
Oh, fine. I think there's a Loud House episode like that. It's the one where Luna's revealed to
the
be
lesbian one?
gay.
That's like one of the few things I know about Loud House.
Yeah, that's what got me into the Loud House. And then I was like, oh, wow. This is a very good show. And I haven't watched it since a few years back. Whenever the creator was revealed to be a terrible person. Anyways. No, I guess not, Lemon said sadly. She paused for a moment while what Sunset had said sunk in. A date? Like, you want to go on a date? Sunset smiled at her.
I thought you'd never ask.
Author's note. I hope you liked this. It's just a little Christmas present for my followers, especially one in particular who gave me the prompt, Sunset Shimmer, a note, midnight, romance. I don't know why I'm doing that. So yeah, that was Sunset at Midnight, which sounds like a Sunset Shimmer and Midnight Sparkle shipfic, but it was actually a Sunset Shimmer and Lemon Zest shipfic. I'm telling you this because I don't think our listeners are smart enough to understand the subtlety of the name Lemon Zest, so it just goes completely over their head.
Who is Midnight Sparkle?
Twilight Sparkle's, or Saitwai's alter ego. Saitwai being Twilight Sparkle from Equestria Girls. Her evil alter ego.
Is that the one who turns villain?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like how you got Nightmare Moon and Daybreaker and Midnight Sparkle.
And Daydream Shimmer, my girl. I think it's Daydream Shimmer.
What's Daydream Shimmer?
It's when Sunset Shimmer, the form Sunset Shimmer takes to fight Midnight Sparkle.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I actually explained it in a lot more detail, but just stupidly. It was very stupid the way I explained it, but I did it in Were We the Bad Guys, which coincidentally also had my girl Lemon Zest.
Yeah, I remember you explaining that whole fight thing, but I didn't remember her name being Daydream Shimmer.
I think it's Daydream Shimmer. It's something like that. Anyways.
Does Princess Cadence have a version like that?
No, Cadence isn't interesting enough.
Boo. But
I
she's
agree.
she's like another Alicorn princess.
Look, man. Maybe someday. Like, technically, Twilight Sparkle doesn't even have a form like that. It's just the Twilight from Equestria Girls, so. We should write a fan fiction about that. Join us next time where we write a fan fiction about that, guys. Side podcast where we write fan fictions. Let's go, baby.
Oh, I was trying to do a voice like Kate Micucci, and I don't think I did a very good one.
Oh, no, I don't think you did. If I can remember who Kate Micucci is, no.
Yeah, she's friggin' Webby and Sadie.
Yeah, no. Hey, you know what? You tried your best. Wasn't much.
She's like a really good voice, and I just can't copy it.
Yeah. I like her voice.
But that should be everything for this episode.
Yep. No more lesbian stories, no more gay stories, no more bi stories, ever.
What? I said I'm quitting
You just
this
get one
podcast.
on the Pride Month, and that's it. We're burning all LGBT or LGB stuff.
Then I guess it's just...
Bye.
Oh, wait. No, stop it. Join us next time where we get into the T part of LGBT. And also NB, but that's not like the thing in there. Okay, bye.
I'm recording this, so if I die, people can find this message and tell my story. Yeah, that's the thing that's gonna kill me.